Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Table Talk.
I have some financial tips so you don't break the bank and the latest economic and international news.
You won't want to miss the latest practice with the Plattsburgh State women's basketball team. And Christian Russell will take you through the streets of New Orleans in this week's Colliding the Scope.
I'll be bringing you the juicy details in the pop culture world, as well as a health flash to help you stay calm and start off the week strong.
And if you're looking for some great things to do with a plastic bottle, then you have to check out this week's Crafty Hacks. Table Talk starts right now. Hello and good evening. I'm Jill Chase.
And I'm Arnold Barreto. And now, here's a little information about what's going on in the world.
The bathroom wars rage on, according to CNN. The Trump administration has made the decision to let the states decide whether or not they will allow transgender students to use the bathrooms that correspond with their gender identity. This directive is opposite of what the one Obama made that protected trans students' rights and allowed them to use the bathrooms according to their gender identity. The announcement is considered to be a victory for those who believe that the federal government should not have gotten involved in the issue in the first place.
In economic news, could the end of free phone charging be near? One Austrian cafe is already moving into the future and charging people €1 or about $1 in the United States to charge their phones. The owner of the cafe was fed up with customers charging their phones for extended periods of time without buying anything. The dollar charge added to the bill also includes laptops, tablets, and even using multiple outlets.
Finally, a doctor and his wife were reunited last week after President Trump's travel ban kept them from one another after their honeymoon. Dr. Amit Magami, a U.S. citizen who works at Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, was devastated when his wife's visa interview was canceled last month when Trump's travel ban took effect, barring travelers from several Muslim countries, including Iran, where Magami's wife is from. Magami reminded everyone that although he is reunited with his wife, the story is not over and they have a long way to go.
So what do you think about everything that's going on?
I really think Trump's stirring things up a bit in America with the travel ban and the new bathroom laws. I think it's a step back.
I know. Well, it depends on who you ask, obviously, but I feel like whether you're on the left or you're on the right, it's something that we really need to specify, going with the ban and everything. We need to specify what's going on.
It'll be very interesting to see where things go from here, I think. And now here's politics in a minute. I'm Jill Chase, and here's your politics in a minute. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer dismissed protests against the Trump administration's travel ban, claiming that protesters were paid. Spicer says, quote, protesting has become a profession now, end quote. Thousands marched outside cities and airports in disagreement with the ban last month. Vice President Mike Pence stopped by a vandalized Jewish cemetery outside of St. Louis last week to condemn the recent violent acts against the Jewish community. According to CNN, the vice president, along with Missouri Governor Eric Greedens, took a walk throughout the cemetery and even helped clean it up with 100 other volunteers. Anti-Trump protests have spread to the United Kingdom. Thousands of British protesters marched from London to parts of Scotland in protest of the Trump. The protests erupted after news broke that Trump is scheduled to visit the country soon. The protests are said to be some of the biggest in British history, with people marching over 36 different locations throughout the country. That has been your Politics in a Minute, and now here's Leneya with This Week in History.
Thanks, Jill. This week in history, in the year 1475, Renaissance genius Michelangelo was born in Caprice, Italy. He went on to become a famous painter, sculptor, and architect. In 1862, the first issues of U.S. paper money occurred, and 5s, 10s, and $20 bills began circulation. And finally, in the year 1997, American rapper Christopher Wallace, also known as Biggie Smalls, was fatally shot and killed in Los Angeles, California. That has been This Week in History. Stay tuned after the break for practice with the team.
Taylor Clare, a freshman that earned significant playing time for the SUNY Plattsburgh women's basketball team, is our spotlighted athlete of the week. Are any of you guys former student athletes?
In high school I played soccer. It really wasn't a big toll, our team wasn't too great. My coach kind of sucked, and I was a good student all around, honestly. High grades, just not great at sports.
I was a swimmer in high school. I was on a team. I mean, it was fun. It was good. It was kind of a learning experience. We won some games. We lost some games, but it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and just like Jill, I did it when I had to do it, but otherwise I dabbled a little bit, but I wasn't really that good.
I played baseball and I struggled significantly, from keeping my work on the field and, my work in the classroom separated. And my grades definitely struggled because of that. So anyway, let's take a look at Plattsburgh's own Taylor Clare. Taylor Clare, a starter all 4 years in high school, had a tremendous freshman year for the SUNY Plattsburgh women's basketball team. Before she was able to hit the court, she signed herself up as a biology major. The transition from high school to college wasn't an easy one for Taylor. She struggled to adapt to her difficult major early on.
Chemistry, since semester, has been kicking my behind.
Yeah.
It's still kicking my behind, but I'm trying to take it, trying to do what I can do.
But has since settled into a routine and is expecting exceptional grades. A schedule filled with gen eds such as chemistry and pre-calc keeps Taylor immensely busy with multiple study sessions a week. How do you balance it?
I think it takes having a great support system. So my parents, my coach, even my older sister, she kind of helped me to be able to transition from being at home to being up here.
It's a lot. It's overwhelming. In the beginning, it really comes down to the players who really have, learned how to set their priorities and budget their time and balance things.
Taylor earned significant playing time in only her first year as a Cardinal. I first got the opportunity to meet Taylor on the basketball court. We had a friendly conversation and got to know one another while stretching. She gave me a basic run-through of how she stretches and prepares her body for practices and games.
When we just started school, we had morning workouts at 7 a.m. playing pickup, and we had to lift, so I never really had this type of downtime where I get out of class and there's once I'm done with class, there's really nothing I have to do other than my homework and stuff or study.
We want them to excel in the classroom as much as they excel on the basketball floor.
Taylor and I played a high-paced competitive game of basketball. I was able to best her on a few offensive possessions because, of course, I'm the man and I have underrated post moves. However, it was Taylor who had a roaring comeback to complete the win. After our excruciating game, I was informed that we would be doing even more exhausting activities. We hit the gym hard and completed various different workouts. After our workout, we continued to talk and get to know one another. Taylor's cousin was a great influence on her during their youth. In fact, she's the reason Taylor got into basketball.
I think I started 5th or 6th grade, maybe even 5th grade. I only started playing because my cousin started playing. I went to one of her practices, so I was like, all right, so I'm just going to play too. And then now I still play and she doesn't.
Continually trying to one-up another helped push Taylor to be the player and woman she is today.
I think my crowning achievement was taking sectional championships back-to-back. And then making it to sectional championship the following year, but we lost. But
it's all about the experience and the ride. It's hard to imagine Taylor having much time to do anything, let alone schoolwork, after all the physical and mental work she does on a day-to-day basis. When Taylor is free, she enjoys her downtime and the companionship of friends or teammates while watching TV. Now, Taylor, what would you say you like most about being a Cardinal and being here at SUNY Plattsburgh?
Probably my team. They're the ones who made it so much easier. They were my automatic friends as soon as I came in.
Taylor wishes to work in the medical field after her time here at SUNY Plattsburgh. Based on one day with Taylor, I can easily tell you that she will achieve her dream. She is hardworking and dedicated. My experience with Taylor was a joyous one, and I wish her nothing but success going forward. This student-athlete has a bright future ahead of her.
Wow, that was awesome. How'd you like spending the whole week with her?
Well, I'll tell you, it was eye-opening because I did not even begin to believe how little time she actually has to, have a social life.
Yeah, that's really interesting, how athletes are able to time manage and go to the gym, whereas I can't even find the time in the day to go to the gym.
What was your best experience being with her?
Definitely playing basketball. We had a ball. It was a lot of fun. Well, that's all the time we have for Team Talk, and now here's a flash of health.
This week's Health Flash is geared to help you calm your brain and stay sane. That's right, we're talking about mental health tips to keep your head screwed on straight. Tip number 1 is self-love, people. Your mental health will flourish with just a little self-love. Treat yourself with kindness, respect, and try your hardest to avoid self-criticism. This will make you more likely to have confidence in yourself and will be noticeable in your interactions with others. Tip number 2 is all about squad goals. Surround yourself with good people. Those with a strong family or social connection are often mentally healthier. Take time to make plans with supportive family members and seek activities where you can meet new people who have similar interests to you, such as clubs or supportive groups. And finally, learn how to cope with stress. Do various exercises and remedies to deal with stress, like writing in a journal, taking a walk, or doing 1-minute stress strategies. Mental wellness will come from a large sense of relief after learning to cope with being in stressful situations. That has been Health in a Flash, and now here's Dining with Anthony.
We are going to be highlighting super college food once again, and this week is spinach. Spinach is low in cholesterol, low in calories, and high in fiber. Okay? It's best used when you saute or broil. So, with that being said, what are we making, Josh?
So today we're going to start off with a spinach salad with a citrus dressing.
Love salad. Could not be any more excited.
Perfect. So we're going to start off with some fresh baby spinach here. Mix it in a bowl. This is a very easy dish to make. Take you a couple of minutes. Perfect. Citrus dressing here. I took the liberty of going ahead and making it, but this is simply just some citrus juice, orange juice, vinegar, honey, and Dijon mustard with a little salt and pepper.
Sounds delightful.
Just to give it a little stir, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons to this. Okay?
I'm getting antsy. I got to add something.
Perfect. So why don't you add a little onion?
Okay. Onions, onions, onions. I'm a big fan of onions, and not only are they, awesome to eat, but they're also low in calories, okay? Onions are about 10 calories. So what else are we throwing in?
Next, we're going to throw in some mandarin orange segments. Would you like to take that lead?
Absolutely love to.
Okay.
What'd you say these were?
Mandarin orange segments.
Mandarin orange segments.
You can also use blood orange. You can also use cuties, we like to call them.
These are 47 calories and can be found at any local market. All of this can be found at any local market. Let's keep that in mind.
So all we're going to do is we're just going to simply toss it.
The great thing about spinach is it's 7 calories per cup, so you could use a significant amount of it.
So just like that, the salad has been born, right?
It's exciting.
So now we're just going to put it on the plate. This is simple. And for another little option, you can top it with a little almond.
Really?
Yep.
Almonds in the salad.
Almonds in the salad, right?
I have never done that before, but I'm anxious to try.
Perfect. Okay, so next we're going to make a spinach dip with walnuts. Okay?
Spinach dip with walnuts. Exciting. Okay, how do we go about doing that?
Okay, so first we're just going to add a touch of oil to the pan.
Love oil. I could add oil to anything.
Next we're going to take some chopped frozen spinach.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to add it in there. We're going to take half a teaspoon of cumin. You want to do that up?
I'd love to do half a teaspoon. You said half a teaspoon.
Yep. Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay. So all we're doing is we're going to let the moisture cook out of the spinach so that it's not super wet, okay? Okay. Next we're going to add in our red peppers.
We're doing this for dip?
We're doing this for dip, right? All right.
This is 37 calories only, too, which is the exciting part. So what do we add next?
Okay. So next we're going to just turn off the heat now that we've cooked our moisture out.
And just let it cook by itself.
And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a little bit of Greek yogurt to this.
Greek yogurt?
Yep, low-fat Greek yogurt.
Low-fat Greek yogurt. That's important here because we are, for super college food, it's only 100 calories, okay? It is tasty and it is not bad for you, which is cool.
Okay, so then from this point...
It's only $1 too, which is the really cool thing.
Yeah, perfect, right? We're going to add a little bit of low-fat cheddar cheese.
Low-fat cheddar cheese. Everything here is low-fat. You're not going to get any fatty foods here, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go across the hall.
Perfect. A little chopped parsley.
Parsley, okay, that's cool. And this is 116 calories, I believe.
And then to finish off, a couple walnuts in there. And just like that,
we've got dip.
We've got dip.
Who's got dip? We got dip.
Okay.
Awesome, cool.
Perfect.
This has been Dining with Anthony. We have made tremendous dishes, both cheap and easy to make. Josh, it's been fun, as always.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Stick around. Crafty Hacks with Jill Chase is up next.
This week's Crafty Hacks are, as usual, here to help you with organization and convenience. And our super hacker is the phenomenal plastic bottle. It's raining outside, but you're dry. Unfortunately, you can't say the same for the floor of your house or the inside of your car thanks to the soaking wet umbrella. You need an umbrella holder. Just take a plastic bottle, a piece of string, and a pair of scissors. All you do is cut off the top of the bottle and then pinch holes into each side of the bottle. You insert a string through each hole. You tie them. And now you have an umbrella holder for whenever you need it for rainy days to come in the future. Our next hack requires a plastic bottle and just a pair of scissors. Have you ever had a bunch of plastic bags all over your house and wanted to organize them, but never did? This is the hack for you. Just take a plastic bottle and cut off the bottom. And then you insert plastic bags after intertwining them, just like this. And you take them, you put them in, and you have a bag dispenser you can make anywhere, sure to keep your house clean and organized. There's your crafty hacks, and now here's Leneya with all things pop.
The Lakers will finally have a little magic. Co-owner of the team, Janine Buss, has hired legendary ex-Laker Magic Johnson as the Los Angeles Lakers' new president for basketball operations. This comes after Buss fired her brother Jim from his role as executive vice president for basketball relations. According to New York Times, Johnson is very excited about his new job and says it's, quote, a dream come true, end quote. In movie news, Jordan Peele's race relations horror film, Get Out, dominated the box office with a $30.5 million debut. This bumped the Lego Batman movie down to number 2 with estimate earnings of $19 million in its third weekend. Finally, thousands of people are gearing up for the Mardi Gras parade this week in New Orleans. As a matter of fact, instead of telling you about it, here's Christian Russell with Colliding the Scope.
We used to explore the East Coast, but now we're colliding the scope. I'm here with my man's Rich Porter. It's Mardi Gras 2017. We're ready to get wild, we're ready to get mean. Let's do it.
We hit Jeff Chaz and his musical trio, the Blues Boys. Now the people was hanging off the rafters. They was hanging on the balconies, them beautiful French Quarter porches, I'll tell you. I ain't seen nothing like it. We got Benjamin Franklin hanging up over there. Purple, green, and gold, that's New Orleans. The beautiful colors of Mardi Gras. American flags, beads out the wazoo. Cash them off the porches like you know who. Thank you, fine sir. Look at all them people just enjoying themselves, catching beads left and right. All right, all right. Playing the drums. We need a little more cowbell, boy. Let's hear it one time. Boom, bang. All right. BB King is ready to get mean on the scene. Let's get some food now, represent. So we go down over to BB King's and join ourselves with the beats and all. Now, you know you can't go down to BB King's and eat food and not just listen to music. Now you gotta get the music working on. You gotta enjoy yourself. You know. After you work up a sweat now and enjoy your dancing, now it's time to eat your food. Got my fried chicken, Brett got his catfish. Now you don't take Brett's catfish now, that's how you start problem, man. You say. Enjoying the club, now look at all these youngins dancing and having fun with their beads and their bodies. Now look at all these youngins in the chicken spot, getting wild for the crowd. Just another day now in New Orleans during Mardi Gras, I'll tell you what. Now we got buskers left and right, sword swallowers. Oh my gosh, ask him what he'd do if you gave him $100, I'll tell you. Now we down at the parade towards the end of the day, and I'll tell you it was a beautiful parade. People enjoy everything down in New Orleans.
Spring break is almost upon us, which means it's time for that week-long vacation you've been looking forward to all winter. Even though you'll be soaking up the sun, here are some money-saving tips so that you don't soak up all the money from your wallet. Traveling somewhere exotic and beautiful but can't seem to close that suitcase of yours? Leave the toiletries at home. Packing toiletries like shampoos, conditioners, and soaps takes up a necessary amount of space in your luggage, not to mention most hotels offer them for free with your room. You'll save money on buying them and save space by leaving them at home. Setting money aside for your trip's transportation costs? Do your research first. Take a closer look at where you're visiting and their public transportation. Buses and trains can be much cheaper, and all the money you're saving not taking the cab to and from the airport will also save you money throughout your trip. Finally, plan in advance. Take some time before buying a ticket to plan your trip. Airline tickets are often much cheaper by the earlier time that you buy them, and hotels offer prices reductions on rooms if you book early. You can also find great packages that include hotels and flights for a reduced price, and that has been a penny for a thought. Stay tuned after the break for Cardinal News.
And now, here's Kyle Levy's words of the day.
Mischievous, showing a fondness of causing trouble in a playful way. The chocolate factory Willy Wonka owns is filled with some of the most mischievous Oompa Loompas in the whole land. Discombobulate, to disturb the composure of something or to confuse someone. This young man's actions are not only weird but have discombobulated my entire segment.
That has been Kyle Levy with the words of the day.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Jill Chase.
And I'm Anthony Passiello, and now it's time for some Cardinal News.
The Eastern Adirondack Healthcare Network is one of the many services provided here at SUNY Plattsburgh Center for Neurobehavioral Health. The network will offer 6 sessions on healthier living. The sessions will be open to students and members of the community who are 18 or older. The classes are for those who have ongoing health conditions like diabetes, anxiety, heart disease, and high blood pressure. The sessions will take place Wednesdays from March 1st through April 5th from 1:30 to 4 p.m. at the United Way building. For more information, visit plattsburgh.edu.
In sports news, the Plattsburgh State men's ice hockey team advanced to the final round of the SUNY Athletic Conference Championship. The team fought hard and went on to defeat defending league champions SUNY Geneseo 5-2. The win advances Plattsburgh to the SUNY Athletic Conference Championship finale against known rivals and number 2 nationally ranked Oswego State.
That game was crazy.
Yeah, and to be a part of the rivalry of, Oswego, Plattsburgh is awesome. I think that, both teams and both fans go crazy whenever they get together, and they always produce great games.
Yeah, I had the chance to actually go to the game in Oswego, and it was a crazy feeling that you got just being out there with all the fans from Oswego with their white out. It's really made my heart race.
Yeah, I've been in the middle of the rivalry, right out there, and it is crazy.
Well, that's all for your Cardinal News. Get your day planners out because Plattsburgh State Calendar is up next.
Mark your calendars for March 29th. SUNY Plattsburgh is having its annual career fair. Companies that appeal to all different majors will be in attendance to answer questions from prospective employees. The career fair will take place from 1 to 4 p.m. and will be in the Warren Ballroom at the Angel College Center.
And on March 31st, get ready to enjoy a great show. The SUNY Plattsburgh Dance Corps will be putting on their first show of the spring. The show will go on from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the E. Glenn Giltz Auditorium.
Wow, that seems like it's going to be a really busy week. What do you think you're going to head up first?
I think I'm going to definitely go to the career fair, check it out, because as I'm graduating, I definitely want to find some careers in my job.
Oh yeah, that definitely seems a lot fun. It's going to be really helpful. Even whether you're a senior or you're a freshman, I feel like that's going to be really interesting. And I'm also looking forward to the dance groups. Last time they were so good.
I'm so happy for them to finally be putting on their first show. They're amazing, so this is definitely going to be an amazing show.
That's really cool. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for joining us on Table Talk. Chat with you later.